Hey there, welcome to the Picky Picker. This is a new channel where I'm going to show you about the art of lockpicking and take you on a journey. Many people start in lockpicking not out of choice, but because some well-meaning family member has gone and bought a picking set like this off of Amazon. Quite often, those sets come with a training aid such as this, which is a working lock made out of plastic that you can see inside and get a feel for what is going on. I'm going to start there because this is where so many people would normally start. So a quick bit of theory. We have a lock, we have a key. When the key goes into the keyway, it does two things. First, it lifts the pins, and we'll discuss later where it's lifting them to. But second, it's allowing you to turn this plug. So this core area at the bottom, this core here is also known as the plug. So key does two things. It doesn't just open the lock, it lifts the pins and it gives you something to be able to turn with. This is why we use in lockpicking two tools. So starting with our training lock here, if I take this bar and insert it into the keyway, it allows me to turn that core. So we've just solved half of the puzzle of opening the lock. We have a way to be able to turn it. We just need something to be able to lift up the pins to the correct heights. This is where the pick comes in. So here, I'm just using the pick that was in that kit as an illustration, but this would go in at the same time and allow us to lift up the various pins. So let's see this in action. Now, I've got multiple places I could put this, but for the ease of simplicity here, I'm just going to put this down at the bottom so it stays out of the way. Again, later we'll cover where you could put it and how you might use it. And I'm going to use a very unorthodox method here because normally you would be looking at this end of the lock. But for now, I want to show you what's going on up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook and I'm going to feel for a bump. And then I'm going to slowly lift it. But as I lift it, look at what's going on down here. I'm applying just a little bit of pressure to try to turn the core. So let's lift up. Is anything happening? No. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this one, it felt like it went up. So did the next one. I can see that one's not moving. If I go to the back one. Okay, that one's not quite there. So let's go back to the front and we repeat the process. Oh, now there was a big click there. That one is now above the shear line. Let's go to the next one. It's feeling very spongy, nothing's happening. So let's go to the next one. Okay, that one's up above as well. So is the next one. Let's just add the last one by the looks of it. No, something's still down, maybe 4. No, maybe number 3. No, maybe number 2. Maybe number 1. 2, 3, 4. Oh, there goes number 5, just clicked. Let's try again with number 6. And where is it? It's down here somewhere. I can feel, there we go. Now that opens. So two things were going on as I was picking that. Number one, I'm feeling for the pins. And so we start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going across. I'm feeling each one, looking for something that is stiffer than the other pins. If I can push it up and down with no resistance, it's probably not the pin that I'm looking for. So I move forward for the next pin and test that one to see what happens. The pin that we're looking for is known as the binding pin. One of the pins will generally have a refusal to want to move easily. That's normally the one that is bound, and so we need to be able to push it up over the shear line and then the core will turn just a little bit and we look for the next binding pin. As we go through, we lift up, try again, lift up, try again until something clicks. Continue on down. When we get to the end, go back to the beginning and start again. This is the general principle that you'll be learning. So let's try again from scratch. We have our lock, we have a tensioning tool, and we have a standard hook. I'm going to put the tensioning tool in there, and I'm going to make sure that it's way down at the bottom of the keyway. So this is known as bottom of keyway. If it was up this side, sticking up, we would call that top of keyway. So this is bottom of keyway, or BOK as you sometimes see it written. I'm going to put it down like that. I'm going to take my hook, make sure the hook's pointing up towards the Bible, and we're going to go down and feel one by one for any sticky pins. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we have it. Do I have it? Yes. And we have an open. So that is the theory. We'll work through some of the finer points as we go along. But this is where you start, and this is where most people would start. Now, obviously I'm going through this pretty quickly because I know how to pick locks, but the average person that has never seen a lock before, spend some time with this and get used to what it's doing, but try not to watch what's going on up top too often. The danger with these acrylic locks is whilst they're a great educational tool, they can become a crutch. And if you can see up there and you're going visually as opposed to feeling what's going on, this will actually hold you back. So hopefully that has given you something to think about, something to practice, and I'll see you in the next video.